It's a rivalry that defines the sport. One that everyone points to when asked what makes a good or classic rivalry in college football. The Scarlet and Gray against the Maize and Blue. Two diametrically opposed programs who will meet again to continue a rivalry that has had everything from Heisman statements to pepper spray at midfield. Your college football Saturday getting cranked up in a great way with this high-stakes clash here on EA Sports. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense will have the ball first. Ohio State pulled out a classic and won close over the Wolverines last season.
Man, it's so nice to know you got a team that in the biggest moments in the game, the huge rivalry game, your big game of the year, they can come up clutch and make those big plays. Ohio State did a year ago. Can this team handle the moment now against the new Michigan team?
Well, oftentimes in great rivalries like this, the game is going to go right down to the wire. And that loss last year, that really propelled Michigan this offseason. They did extra sprints. They spent extra time in the weight room. Fourth quarter, that was a major point of emphasis all offseason, getting ready for this one. They know they've got to dial in this one late.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Now the play fake. That's reeled in. It's Glover. Runs through, man. He might have space. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. Following the completion, we get a stoppage to check out the injured player. The Buckeyes peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Davis will throw. Pressure's there and he lets it go. Picked off, and this one could go all the way back. 10. Touchdown Wolverines. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
And that is not the start this offense wanted. You're trying to come out, you're trying to create some momentum and get a rhythm and consistency, but you throw the pick six early and put yourself in a hole. Not good.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Ohio State sending out the offense to start this drive. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is
turning it on. Picks up the first down. And he's brought down after a nice game. The Buckeyes, really the entire state, they pride themselves on toughness. Establishing the ability to run the ball when they want to has always been important here.
part of that Midwest lifestyle, but when you're Ohio State, you recruit at such a high level. You're going to get great offensive linemen, great running backs, so it's not a surprise that they're usually a physical unit.
It must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position that can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy the QB will look for early and often in this game.
Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Davis looking to pass. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down.
Well, it's not quite the start this offense wanted to have on 3rd down. It's their first opportunity. That one falls incomplete. They're going to have to be better on those critical downs as this game goes on.
Well, so much for putting your heels on the 10 and not going backwards. Not when you can return like this guy. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. So Michigan's offense takes the field for the first time in this game. They sure hope that that dynamic connection that was on display last week rears its head and wreaks havoc again today, Jesse.
And last week, it didn't matter what the secondary was doing from a coverage standpoint, David, whether it was man, zone, double coverage, ISO. These two were simply unstoppable. Huge challenge for the defense today.
Well, maybe they try the triple coverage. I mean, because obviously nothing worked a week ago, but I've got to take his main threat away. Obviously a superstar out wide. Like, I've got to make somebody else beat me. Obviously a great QB wide receiver duo. I'm just not letting that wide receiver get me today.
Underwood. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Lined up in the gun on third down, Underwood. Working that left side now. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33, and that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory.
That's a great example of him understanding where everybody is on the field, because that wasn't the guy he wanted to throw it to, but he knew he was going to get hit. He had to get rid of it quickly, dumped it off, and he let his guy go make a big play for him.
They'll try the right side. Maybe a crease. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
And this guy's going to have to come through for you in this game. He picks up another first down, but he's your Heisman contender. He's the best player on your football team, and he's a guy that's just going to have to touch the ball a lot in this game if you're going to.
There he goes. Got enough for the first. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
How about the defense trying to slow this dude down? He's a Heisman contender for a reason. He's so difficult to tackle, and what a challenge. All week long, they knew that they had to key on this guy and really try to at least limit him if they were going to win.
On the ground, it's Cutler. Gets it inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line with the pickup of 4. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications.
Going for it all. Touchdown, Michigan. Makes the grab right along the back of the end zone. Can these guys just score from anywhere out there? After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Davis will throw. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
Man, that's one you expect him to make in his sleep, right? He's one of the better receivers in the entire country. He just dropped that one over the middle of the field.
Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. Catch in the middle, it's Bell. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
Okay, here's the bad news. They're down by a lot of points really early in this game in the first quarter. The good news is there's a lot of football left. The better news, they finally get a big play through the air. That's the kind of play that can spark some confidence and completely turn this thing around. They got to keep that up.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. There's so many great rivalries in college football, guys, but I think this one, because of the disdain and the excellence, sort of rises to the top.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there are great rivalries scattered all around this country. In-state rivalries, interconference rivalries with great history, great pageantry. But I think what makes Ohio...
Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
When you talk about outstanding pass rushers, you're always talking about dynamic guys, and he's been that each and every week for this defense. Speed, he's got power. You just simply can't block him, and that last play is his 10th sack of the season.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Finds a soft spot in the middle. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. And the Buckeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And and he can't quite get it down or out of bounds. It's into the end zone for a touchback. The Michigan offense heads out to get this drive started. And he put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Throwing, Underwood. Got his man. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10.
And after giving up that completion, guys, I wonder if the defense is going to decide to stay in zone or maybe mix things up, a little more man coverage, maybe blitz.
Looking to throw, it's Underwood. Stepping to the right. Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down.
This guy reminds you a little bit of Devontae Smith back in Alabama winning.
The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. He wants to change this route. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. And the defense jumps on it. They get that turnover.
Well, defenses get excited when they see the quarterback in an empty backfield like that. They know, hey, I'm not going to have to beat a running back or a tight end to get there. If I get to him, I might have an opportunity to knock this thing loose, and that's exactly what happened for the defense.
The run to the left. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the first half. He already has a sack. He gets a tackle for loss there. He's playing so well with his eyes right now. He's reading his keys, and he's letting his God-given ability put him in the backfield to make these plays.
The short hands, it's Roberts. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. They got him, and down he goes, and what a huge sack that might have knocked him out of field goal range. The Buckeyes will punt it away on 4th down. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, breaks into the open. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a 1st down.
And I think the biggest thing for this young man is we've seen him be so great all throughout the season. How do you finish? And how do you finish decides if you win that big trophy at the end of the year. He's in the Heisman running late in the season. I bet you he'll get a lot of touches today.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. At the end of quarter 1, let's check out the start for both of these quarterbacks. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Someone moved a little early, and the offense will go backward. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And now the offense will back it up 5 and try it on 2nd and long. Here's Underwood to throw. He uncorks a bullet to the right. And that one's too high, too wide, out of bounds and incomplete.
And the offensive coordinator here is really trying to stay aggressive and take a shot. Obviously, the offense couldn't click on that one. But later in the game, if I'm this offense, I'm continuing to stay aggressive. Keep the foot down on the gas pedal.
He makes the grab. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
And that's a big throw. That's a big-time throw on third and really long.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Bryce Underwood to throw for it on fourth. Finds his big tight end.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. Fourth down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it. But when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
The Wolverines are moving quickly down the field. This time they'll go to the running game. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Underwood. Zings it complete to the right. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. You might get away with grabbing just about anything except the face mask. Got to keep those hands below the face mask. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. They'll go to the ground. There's a crease. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
And it's runs like that, man, where he just shows you a little bit of everything that is the reason why he's in the Heisman race. Like, this dude leads the nation in rushing for a reason. They hand him the football a lot. They trust him, and he continues to deliver and make big play after big play. This dude is an absolute superstar.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line. They'll stop the clock momentarily here to check on the injured Wolverine. The junior running back slow to get up. We hope this is just momentary. Howie Rowe will keep an eye on everything for us. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. Bryce Underwood from the gun on third down. On target. Touchdown, Michigan! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And I've been really impressed with this offense this first half. Coming in a hostile environment, hostile crowd. Man, they haven't given them anything to cheer about. Offense, defense, now up 20-0, and these people are eerily quiet in here.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Snags it at the 30 and still running. All kinds of room to the right. Touchdown, Ohio State. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
This is an offense that wants to take shots in the pass game. That time they went play action, and they were throwing the go route. That's one-on-one. Who's faster? The receiver gets in behind the defender. He is able to make the catch and take it in for the score.
And he's going to bring it out. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Wide receiver going in motion. They didn't quite get organized in time. They'll call a timeout with just 3 seconds remaining on the play clock. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Throwing, Underwood. Snagged out of the air. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. You're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
And the Wolverines have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Play fake, Underwood. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. The Wolverines come to the line needing just inches for the 1st down. Tries to surge ahead on the sneak. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down.
And when you call the quarterback sneak, you're thinking, I'm going to fall forward and get at least a yard. But Palmer, that defensive line got in there, and the QB got nothing.
He's got to do a better job with the snap count, too, and try to catch the defense.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. Underwood to throw for it on 4th. Fires to the big fella.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Quickly out to the tight end. These two first squared off in 1897, and this rivalry is almost like a history of the sport itself.
So much history, so much tradition. I can go back to 2006 when they were 1 and 2 in the country. You know, like, these games really matter. The uniforms are clean. The athletes are flowing. There's tons of athletes all over the place. This is always a huge showdown.
And you think about some of the great coaches that have graced the sidelines in this rivalry, Bo Schembechler at Michigan and Woody Hayes at Ohio State. And it's amazing, in a conference full of trophy games, maybe the greatest rivalry doesn't even have one.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Fires to the right. They needed a big play, and they got it. And the foot down for the 1st down.
Could this guy be the next receiver to bring home a Heisman Trophy? He's got everything you look for in a game changer at the receiver position. He's off to a great start in this one.
Looking to throw, it's Underwood. Finds his man.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Came up just inches short on 1st down. Now just a few links to go here on 2nd. Using his legs, it's Cutler. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And this offense, right, they are in a groove. They are in a rhythm, just finding themselves play after play. Everything they're dialing up right now is working. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm not changing a thing. I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing because this defense has had 0 answers.
Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Run in the red zone. It's Cutler. Tried to fight his way through that tackle, but he's brought down.
When the offense gets in those multiple tight end looks, you kind of have a good understanding of what's coming. You don't know where the ball's going necessarily, but they put those big old bodies in there to block, to move people, to put more mass on the field, especially once you get in this red area where you have to be able to run the football effectively. Those passing.
Got enough space, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Wolverines!
And, man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the 1st half.
No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. So here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the 2nd half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it in halftime too, but I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Open the drive with a chunk play out past the 40, and they are in business on first down. Unloads it left. That's caught. It's Glover. He stopped at the 32. It'll be a first down in the waning seconds of the half.
You never want to say it's over early. I mean, we're here early in the game, but considering what the scoreboard is saying, they absolutely had to have that play for them to stay in this football game. And sometimes it just takes one great throw and one great catch to wake you up. They need to score a touchdown on this drive. They need to score another touchdown on their next drive, and maybe that's the play that turns things around for them.
The Buckeyes come to the line in the hurry-up. From the red zone, looking for a man. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. They get the timeout called here, and probably just enough time for one more snap to put up points before the half. So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. He'll swing that big leg for 3 from 44 yards out. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. That cuts the lead down to 28-10. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country. And the Buckeyes will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. Coming out with it, it's Cutler. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. What do you got on the sideline, Holly?
Catching up with the Wolverines head coach at the half. They have got to continue to get the ball to their nice young wide receiver. All of that Heisman hype late in this season, it is warranted. He has been a complete game changer in the game. And Coach said this isn't just Heisman hype. This is game-changing performance and ability, and they've got to continue to feed him the rock. Reese?
Okay, Holly. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. And the Wolverines, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
And I go back to him again, too, man. I mean, just the big play, the play before, and they say, why not? Try it again. Get it to the running back. Try to create some space. Better job by the defense being gap sound, coming downhill, not letting him break tackles and make a big play.
And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
I like quarterbacks that are being aggressive, but moving forward, if your guy's not open downfield, it's okay just to check it down to a tight end or a running back and take the profit.
Underwood from the gun on third down. Got out of trouble and throws. Another incompletion on third down.
That is a good omen for this defense. They were getting lit up in the first half. They knew something had to change. So to set the tone like this early on their opening drive of the third quarter and get a stop on third, that should really help their confidence.
And he is knocked down immediately after the catch. That punt coverage team had its hair on fire. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. The give to the running back from the shotgun. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wide receiver comes in motion. Unloads quickly. Oh, he's got some space. At the 30. A massive pickup on that one, and they're in business at the 21.
And this offense showing off the explosiveness, the big play down the field. This is so big because what it makes defenses do to react now. Now you scare them. Now you make them drop back a little bit. So that big passing play opens up this whole offense.
Davis looking to pass. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half. But, man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the third quarter. They got to get it going now.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Roberts. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The Buckeyes have pushed it inside the 20. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon. Contact in the neutral zone leads to that penalty. Good news for the offense. Coming to the line of scrimmage on third down. Wants to throw again. Grabs it in the middle. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they take it in for 6 more points. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
And he's coming out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Let's go down to the sideline and holler.
Guys, here on the Michigan sideline, there is so much excitement from these players. This has turned into somewhat of a shootout. The offenses continue to score, but I have seen some of the defensive players say, we have got to turn it up right now. We'll see if the offense can answer again or if the defense starts to make a statement. Guys, back to you.
Okay, Holly. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Here's Underwood to throw. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. Changing the play. Underwood trying to cut through the noise. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a fourth down.
And those are those where you're just looking at your hands. Left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand. Dang it, I should have caught that. Nice play, break on the football. That could have been a house call. That could have been a game changer, but just couldn't secure the interception.
Not a lot of room to field this one. They stop him immediately, flying down the field and get to him before he could even get started. Ohio State sending out the offense to start this drive. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had a much better field position this time around. It'll be a draw. Turning it on. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
And that's a good sign for this offense, maybe finishing this football game. Maybe they can get that ground game going. They've tried. They just haven't had a lot of success. Made them very one-dimensional. Nice to see them run the football with some efficiency later in this game.
Davis will throw. Makes the grab. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. New set of downs after the completion. Out of the gun, the give to the back.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Using him out of the slot, he has just been unstoppable.
And I love putting dynamic athletes in the slot that I can move around, that I can put in motion, that I can make him go in or out. I can put him off the ball so you can't get hands on him, and they've really featured this guy today.
Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, you live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. That time, the defense called it at the perfect time. The linebacker able to make the stop on a short game.
And from the offense's perspective, that's probably making a little something out of nothing. Fires to the wideout. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. The Buckeyes, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. With the run on 1st and goal. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
And the offense, they're just trying to be physical. They're trying to run this ball in down close to the goal line. The defense, though, they are having none of it.
They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. He wants it all. Looking for the goal line. They're going to stay aggressive and leave the offense out there on 4th down again. Davis looking to pass. Touchdown, Buckeye! They fought their way all the way back, and it's a one-possession game.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football. But here in the 2nd half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a master class in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way. And you're right. In college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
What a spectacular layout and catch.
And I tell you what, all this spread offense, man, it's really accentuated receivers in so many different shapes and sizes. But this guy, they're going to find him. They're going to find him early. They're going to find him often. He's made so many plays throughout the season and really been the feature of this offense. And this dude has worked his way. He might get a trip to New York as a wide receiver. That is not normal, and neither is this dude.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
After the 9-yard pickup on 1st down, here's 2nd and 1. They feed him again. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on the 1st down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on 3rd down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
And that won't quite be enough for the 1st down as he's knocked down just short of the sticks.
And the the offense on that option play, they're just thinking, we're going to use our speed to our advantage, and we're just going to outflank you easily and pick up this first down on 3rd and short. But how about the defense? Everybody's staying home. You saw the speed and their ability to get outside and get a stop, now setting up 4th down.
So this one is a virtual lock, and it will carry a great deal of significance. Final game of the regular season as we take a look at the scoreboard from the top 12 teams. And you know this one is going to cause some repercussions. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback's mistake pushes the ball back in the shadow of his own goalpost. They have the lead in a one-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow, but this carries big-time risk on 4th down. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a 4th down stop.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Give to the back. Very little running room, if any, and he just hasn't had anywhere to go in this one.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Davis will throw. Shoots it to the left. Got the big tight end on the corner route. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
Man, this quarterback has been dialed in all game long. He's making outstanding decisions, and he's been so accurate throwing the football. He's now got over 350 passing yards.
Fires to the tight end. Caught, and he's got room. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down.
And you've really seen the evolutions of tight ends, man. These guys are no longer just big bodies that block like the extension of the offensive line. They're more like receivers, and I love when the quarterback gets it out of his hands, and then you just watch. They can make plays. They can run people.
Touchdown, Ohio State. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
This team right now is showing you why they were the higher-ranked team coming into this game. Yeah, they were sleepwalking a little bit earlier. They knew coming in, David, they were going to be facing a really good opponent. Good teams don't quit, and they've come all the way back now to take the lead. And they had a pretty big deficit not that long ago.
And this is a good team they're playing. They're showing they're one of the better teams in the country. I mean, to battle back from several touchdowns down, like not to blink, not to bat an eye, not to quit, they're proving why they're a great team.
On the move, it's Cutler. Maybe picked up a couple as he gets to the 14.
And I think offense is showing they are willing to run the football, even if they don't get big gains. Just those body blows that can sometimes wear out a defense and keep the balance on offense so I can be explosive.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Underwood. Makes a catch. No chance to run, but still a good gain.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. Here's Underwood. Here comes the heat. It'll be a 1st down as he gets it to the 24-yard line.
And on the 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the 1st down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
Man, anytime the ball goes in the air towards him, I feel like it's his. Like, there are no 50-50 balls. He just makes plays, game after game, play after play, and you see him featured in this offense for a reason. He's one of the best in the country, not just at the wide receiver position, period. This guy's in the Heisman Trophy conversation as a receiver.
Now, I know that completion isn't a touchdown. It's not a deep play deep down the field, but how about the strong hands by that receiver making that catch? He made that look pretty routine. He had that DB draped all over him and still was able to help this offense get positive yards.
Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Complete. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive. And you could see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Pucks it out of the air. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. So now the opportunity with a touchdown to take the lead. Rolling, Underwood. Complete. Touchdown, Michigan. They move on top here in the 4th. Big Blue with the response.
Man, this is wild. Late in the game, we're seeing two heavyweight fighters trading blows. The offense scores their last time out. This offense now scores a touchdown here late to get the lead, but there's time left on the clock. Can the defense step up here and make a stop to preserve this win?
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. And the Buckeyes can really attack on this 2nd and short. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Timeout signal for by the Buckeyes. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. They'll put in play from the 41 on 1st down. They'll give it to him again. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down. Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
Defense comes up with a really big stop there. That's nice. They don't give up the first down, so the clock keeps working, but they're on their own end of the field. They know this offense is going to start taking shots into the end zone. They better have some guys ready on the back end, ready to swat some balls away and make some plays.
Just a short pass to the tight end. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down.
Yeah, and this is the time where I'm a defense. I'm slow to get up. I'm making sure I stay on that offensive player. I'm trying to eat up as much clock and make this offense burn as much.
Snagged in. There's running room. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. First down for the offense after that penalty. Tight end now in motion. Davis looking to pass. Gets the toe down, but didn't go forward at all. Nice job by this guy finding the slot guy on a drag.
Yeah, the receiver just working his way across the field, giving his quarterback a nice, easy target. That's an easy completion.
And after that last completion, netted a big fat 0. They're looking at 2nd and 10. Back to pass. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. Now 3rd and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
Well, this guy's having a day. It doesn't matter where he's lined up or what routes he's running. He just seems to always be getting open, and his quarterback is taking notice. He's looking his way. Nice job there, throwing in time, getting it to him in space and allowing him to go to it.
Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they've moved out front here in the 4th. The Buckeyes with an answer.
What a great job by this offense. And listen, I judge offenses by what they do in the clutch. In those big moments and right before the half, in the 4th quarter, late in the game, just like right here. You need a score. You got to go take the lead. They do everything they can. Now, defense, you're up. I need you to get me a stop.
On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Let's see what Holly Rowe has for us on the sideline.
Guys, here on the Michigan sideline, this defense has been the star of the show today. The offense has had their back against the wall, and now is the moment they've got to come alive. They are trailing in this game, and I can see them talking to each other before they take the field for this drive. Now is their moment. They feel it, and they're trying to get each other hyped up and ready to go for this possession. Back to you.
All right, Holly.
I just love the awareness there, understanding where he is. He didn't get the first down, but he gets out of bounds. He knows he has a timeout in his back pocket. So he's still putting his offense in position here to drive the field, score, and win this game.
Oh, they're after him. They got him. Great pressure by this defense. Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. Remember, all they have to do is get it close enough for a field goal here. He stopped right there, short of the first down, and this defense trying to preserve the lead. Michigan wants to stop the clock. They'll use a timeout. It's their second. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. Quarterback making adjustments. And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. It's a 1-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. Fourth down, Underwood. He wants a big play here late. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. The game may be the best rivalry in college football, and this year, the Buckeyes will hold the bragging rights. This has been a presentation of